fun if you would have been the one.
Hey, how's it going, YouTube? Most importantly, how's it going, Swifties? Welcome back to my channel. Glad to have you. Now, I've been requested to do Folklore for a minute now. You know how to be in the right headspace to record it, be, you know, in the right mind frame to appreciate the music and be in that state to where I could take it all in, because I feel like it's gonna be an emotional album. Anyways, let's get right into it. Folklore, Taylor Swift. Yes, Sirski. All right, the one. Started off lyrics. I know they got lyrics. It's Tay Tay. It's Big Dog Tay. They got lyrics. I'm doing good. I'm on some new shit. That's a fire first line.
I'm running each night. I hit the Sunday matinee.
Is the cover synced up with the music? Hold on.
You know the greatest films of all time were never made.
That's tight. That's tight. Now, opening up Folklore with the one. The song had a great flow and a great rhythm that was easy for me to nod my head along to, and the harmonies on here are beautiful as well. How she structured her vocals and stacked them was similar to how I heard her structure them on Evermore, which I found out after reviewing that album that these are sister albums. And the songwriting on here has picturesque, vivid details that play out like a movie.
And if you never bleed, you're never gonna grow, and it's all right now.
But I have to say, my favorite lyric on here on the entire song would be, "And if you never bleed, you're never gonna grow." Those are powerful lyrics that I personally resonate with.
We never pay.
Ooh, the harmonies. No cap, that's damn near a flawless intro. It had a lot of great elements in it. I like the harmonies in it. Really well written. I'm not gonna lie to you. It really had me invested early. So that's how you start an album. That's really how you start an album. I'm not gonna lie to you. I love it.
When you are young, they assume you know nothing.
Now, Cardigan, many of you shared with me that this is from Betty's point of view a few years later, and this is quite a roller coaster ride of a song. She takes us through the emotional inconsistency and the constant reminder that this relationship is temporary, and it's just exactly how the character described it, a thrill with an expiration date. She takes us through from one partner that made her feel invisible to another partner that made her feel seen.
But I knew you, dancing in your Levi's, drunk under a street light. All is a friend to none. Chase two girls, lose the one.
Damn, a friend to all is a friend to none. Chase two girls, lose the one. Well, how do I know who's the one, Taylor, if I'm not playing the field? Something to think about.
Hell no.
I'm kidding.
No.
I knew you, your heartbeat on the high line, once in 20 lifetimes. You drew stars around my scars, but now I'm bleeding. I knew you'd miss me once the thrill expired, and you'd be standing in my front porch lot, and you come back to me, and you come back.
Taylor takes us through moments that she treasures in the relationship, moments that she will never forget, and I can feel the nostalgia in the record. And just like many of the songs from this album, this song cranks up in emotion as it progresses, which I found quite captivating. And when I felt like a cardigan under someone's bed,
You put me on and said I was your favorite.
yeah, you can definitely tell that there are sister albums like Folklore and Evermore. Obviously, I wish I had known that going in. Like, I knew that after I released Evermore, but I probably would have released them together.
And they said, there goes the last great American dynasty. Rebecca gave up on the Rhode Island set forever. Filled the pool with champagne and swam with the big names and blew through the money on the boys and the ballet.
Now, the next song, The Last Great American Dynasty. From what I gathered, this song's about Rebecca, the woman who owned the Rhode Island house before Taylor. And there was a word in the song used to describe the house, and the word was gauche, which means lacking ease or grace. And why I put this in this part of the review is because I never heard of this word in my life. So thank you, Taylor, for putting me on to a new word. But this character that this song's about has a very interesting storyline. It sounds like she went through a lot in that house, and she went out with a bang.
There goes the most shameless woman this town has ever seen. And in a feud with her neighbor, she stole his dog and dyed a key lime green.
I'm sure that neighbor did not appreciate that at all. I'm pretty sure.
Three of women with madness, the men in bad habits, and then it was bought by me. Who knows if I never showed up, what could have been?
And the lyric to send the record off, or the lyric that's prevalent throughout the record and also to send the record off, was, I had a marvelous time ruining everything. That lyric I enjoyed thoroughly. It was hilarious to me.
I had a marvelous time ruining everything.
You know what? I was listening to the song, and it just sounds like she's really creatively free. It took me a little while. It took me about midway through the album to get into Evermore, and right now I just kind of like Folklore kind of grasped me immediately. Anyways, Exile with Bon Iver.
I can see you standing, honey, with his arms around your body.
Damn, Bon, your voice deep as Bon voice deep as hell.
I think I've seen this film before, and I didn't like the ending. You were my town, now I'm in exile, seeing you out.
Now the next song, Exile. Taylor and Bon Iver have great chemistry on the song, and the song feels like a departure from love and likely an ending to a relationship due to irreconcilable differences.
I'm not your problem anymore, so who am I offending now? I gave so many signs.
And when it's over, that feeling of, why do I care what's happening to this person I once had a relationship with, overcomes you once you are essentially exiled from their world. I love when the piano chords on this pick up in tempo and pace, and the song progression of it changes and settles into more a bleak like mood. I categorize this as moody and mature music.
You're not my homeland anymore, so what am I defending now? So many times, so many times, so many times. And if I'm on fire, you'll be made of ashes too.
Now on My Tears, Ricochet. The song's about how your best friend can become your greatest enemy, and I really like the lyric on here. And if I'm dead to you, why are you at the wake? Cursing my name, wish I stayed. Look at how my tears ricochet.
I didn't have it in myself to go with grace. You wear the same jewels that I gave you as you bury me. And I still talk to you. Now I'm screaming in the sky. You had to kill me, but it killed you just the same. And you're cursing my name, wishing I stayed. Look at how my tears ricochet.
And the background vocals on here are very poignant and an important element to this record. They're kind of like floating, which is dope that they're floating. They're kind of panning from left ear to right ear, and it's giving kind of like a haunting feeling, which is like it really feels like the cover, which is really like that's why I believe that album covers are such a huge component of the music. And if I could guess, you probably figured out the cover after the music was done, or like some artists figure out what the cover is going to look like and then make the music of the vision they saw in the cover. I feel like a lot of artists have a vision in mind, and that ends up being the cover. It's like, I have this picture in mind or this vibe in mind, and I want to attack this project or album, single, EP, whatever you want to call it, to give it this vibe.
What's next?
I'm a Mirrorball. I'll show you every version of yourself tonight. And when I break it's in a million pieces. Hush, I know they said the end is near. Spinning in my highest heels, love, shining just for you.
Now, the next song, Mirrorball, I gather the disco ball is used as a metaphor for celebrity culture. It does have a disco kind of swing to it, though, and I was told she wrote this one after she found out she had to cancel the Lover tour. If this was all created entirely during the pandemic, it's crazy how social isolation has affected creation and how our worldly conditions have affected how our favorite artists have approached music.
I'm still a believer, but I don't know why. I've never been a natural, all I do is try.
It seems like fame and celebrity culture is just one big circus.
I'll show you every version of yourself tonight.
I like that. Shout out to Jack Antonoff in the credits. I like the melody choices on those. Also, was like a lot of like the cadences or how she wrote the record was kind of like unorthodox in a way. Like how I expected where she would take the melody isn't where she took the melody. It's a certain note she just took in a direction that I did not expect to go, which is song 7. This is a very youthful song, and from what I understand, it comes from the perspective of Taylor reminiscing about a childhood friend. And this is a song that many people can connect with regardless of age and gender, because we've all reminisced on our childhood and also memories regarding people from our childhood that we have not seen in a very long time. People that we have shared a deep connection with and intimate memories and personal memories that are imprinted in our minds and in our hearts that will never go away.
And though I can't recall your face, I still got love for you.
And on to the next record, August. From what I gather, this comes from the perspective of the character Augustine. I love the lyric in this. August sipped away like a bottle of wine. And to me, this song feels like a collection of distant memories and intimate moments.
And I can see us twisted in bed sheets. August sipped away like a bottle of wine.
And I get the feeling that this character would have cherished the moments in her relationship a little bit more if she knew they were on borrowed time. I love the drums that come in at the tail end of this record that crank up the intensity. I also love the strings on this record that add a longer lasting impact even as it's fading out. I also like the large reverb on Taylor's vocals that add to the feeling of introspection. And I gotta say, vocally, Taylor put on a masterful performance. I was extremely captivated.
So much for summer love and saying us, 'cause you weren't mine to lose. And then get to my plans just in case you call. Back when I was living for the hope of it all.
This song caught some momentum towards the end. I like it.
For the hope of it all.
Yeah. She's really coming proper with the opening lines. I've been having a hard time adjusting. That's a great opening line.
I've been having a hard time adjusting. I didn't know if you'd care if I came back. I just wanted you to know that this is me trying.
Next record, This Is Me Trying. I feel like this record is pretty self-explanatory as far as just a review goes, because it's a situation that we can all go through in our day-to-day lives of us exerting a certain amount of energy with good faith, hoping that a situation will go as we plan, but nothing always goes as planned, or nothing always comes with the outcome that we expected. But the most important thing to remember is that at least we tried. And I love the reverb on Taylor's vocals. Makes her feel isolated and alone, and really cuts through an emotion. And I feel like that Jack Antonoff did a really good job in creating a soundscape that best suited Taylor's vision. And together, I feel like they pushed a lot of creative limits.
They told me all of my cages were mental, so I got wasted like all my potential.
Damn, I got wasted like all my potential. Oh, shit.
Pouring out my heart to a stranger, but I didn't pour the whiskey. I just wanted you to know.
Damn, Jack Antonoff to Taylor is like what 40 is to Drake, if you don't like listen to Drake music like that. But 40 is kind of responsible on not writing the records, but doing the best to bring the vision to life, staying ahead of the game and being that collaborator that, you know, when I lock in with this specific artist, the music we make, the certain things that he finds in the elements of production, you know, Taylor may come and, you know, I don't really know. I'm taking a guess. Based on what I've seen, different, like, behind the making of, you know, some of the clips you guys have been sending me to react to, seems like she comes with an idea about 60 to 70% complete. You already have the notes figured out. You already did a demo, whether you did it on the piano, whether you did it on the guitar. It just needs that production to take it to the next level. So maybe that 30%, even though it's 70% Taylor, that 30%, it maybe on some nights it's 60-40, 60 Taylor, 40, you know, but that 40 is important. No pun intended. No pun intended on that. That 40% is important, and that's what makes music amazing. The collaborative process of it.
What started in beautiful rooms ends with meetings in parking lots.
And like all the records written on this album, Illicit Affairs is very vulnerable and emotionally driven, and it points to a certain element of risk when picking a romantic interest, and how the differences between love and codependency can be hard to distinguish at times. But I wish for none of you to feel the feeling of, and for you I'd ruin myself a million little times. Oh my dear.
Take the words for what they are, a dwindling mercurial high.
Never in my life have I heard a songwriter put mercurial in a record. First time.
But they lie and they lie and they lie a million little times. Don't call me kid, don't call me baby. Look at this idiotic fool that you made me.
Damn.
For you I would ruin myself a million little times.
It sounds like a divorce from a person, but also a death of you. Like you losing when something went wrong and you've invested all your time and yourself into this specific situation, and it doesn't go well. You feel like a piece of you has died. That's what I get from this record, that a piece of this person that is written about has died. And you know damn well, for you, I would ruin myself a million times. That's... Ooh. Alright, next record, Invisible String.
Were there clues I didn't see? All along there was some invisible string. Time, mystical time, cutting me open then healing me fine.
Now, this is a full circle record influenced by either fate or a string of coincidences and actions that led Taylor to her current romantic partner.
Isn't it just so pretty to think chains around my demons, wool to brave the season. Hell was the journey, but it brought me heaven.
There's a sense of peace, comfort, and solace in this record, knowing that this full circle journey filled with trials and tribulations led Taylor to something so sweet and beautiful.
Tying you to me. Ooh.
Like, there's a wide range of people that can connect with this record.
What did you think I'd say to that? Does a scorpion sting when fighting back? No one likes a mad woman. You made her like that. And women like hunting witches too, doing your dirtiest work for you.
Now the next record, Mad Woman. This is probably my favorite record on this album, at least top two. on this album as one of my favorites. And it's just about how society treats women and how the world is an extremely hard place. Both the music industry and the world is very unfair to women and very hard to women. And through all the stuff and all the trials and tribulations that you guys have been through, that if you are watching me and you're a woman, I understand why you're angry. You have a right to be angry.
Every time you call me crazy, you're getting more crazy. What about that? And there's nothing like a mad woman. What a shame she went mad. I'm taking my time, cause you took everything from me. You made her like that.
This is one of those albums that feels like a movie, but like I feel like I'm watching a movie with a bunch of friends that have already seen the movie. Like you out there watching me right now and watching me listen to this for the first time. I feel like you guys already know the plot to the movie, and I'm just watching it, and you guys are like, yo, wait for this part. But the one thing I messed up, I don't know if I want to do this again, is me asking for the character arc and the themes before I react to it. I should have did it before I reviewed it. So I'll probably do that next time. I'll probably knock out the reaction. I'm probably going to keep this in here. I'll knock out the reaction, and then I'll ask for your guys' input on just themes that I've missed, because I feel like I already got the spoilers now to the movie. Even though I don't necessarily remember all the spoilers, I remember some of them on first hand. So it's like, it doesn't necessarily ruin the plot for me. It just, the element of surprise maybe a little bit dwindled down, but I'm still enjoying the experience. And Taylor's really good at finding the right note in the songwriting in the song to execute the emotion she wants to get across. Like when she gets into our softer voice, which is kind of like not really a falsetto, but when she gets into that register where it just kind of feels like everything's kind of floating. I noticed that about her, that she would choose certain notes to evoke the right emotion. Album that added a calming feeling to my listening experience. Very majestic and beautiful record, and definitely a mood changer once it's on. When I think of an epiphany, just that light. Just feels like a beaming light when you get a great idea, or just a moment of clarity. That's what this record is, a moment of clarity. Record
17, I don't know anything, but I know I miss you.
Betty plays out from the perspective of James, as you all have told me, from a more adolescent perspective. And this song feels like summertime vibe, feels like a summer vacation. And it's funny to me because once I heard this song, it clicked to me that even though that Evermore and Folklore are sister albums, they vary a little bit in X. Evermore felt definitely more colder and more of a winter album, while Folklore felt like a summer album. Let me know if I'm off. That's just what I interpreted on first listen.
I never had the courage of my convictions, as long as danger is near. No, I could never give you peace. All these people think love's for show, but I would die for you in secret.
Now the next record, Peace. This record is about how Taylor's insecure that because she's a public figure, she can never give Joe, her romantic partner, peace. The amount of love you have for a person can really scare you because you don't want to be the one to mess that up over circumstances that are really out of your control. Your celebrity comes with inconveniences as much as it comes with blessings. And I love that she's open about trying to balance it all, while at times finding herself falling victim to the pressure of it all. But I can feel the sincerity, vulnerability, and insecurity in regards to how she feels about her relationship.
Give you the silence that only comes when two people understand each other. Family that I chose, now that I see your brother as my brother. I'd give you my sunshine, give you my best, but the rain is always gonna come if you're standing with me. Would it be enough if I could never give you peace?
Would it be enough if I could never give you peace? I mean, peace of mind is everything. I don't know about that one. Especially in adulthood, peace is everything. And for now, the last record on the album, the last record on the Folklore review and reaction. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the... I'm just playing. Stay with me. stay right here. You see my playlist just for you. You know, it's for you. There's a playlist just for you. It's called the Swifties playlist. It's just for you. I got other stuff, but this one right here, I put it on my platform because I really love y'all. And, you know, I just want to make something that's just for y'all. You know what I'm saying? So check that. You know, I'll update that as, you know, when I can. But this is going straight in here. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Definitely a different experience for me. Yeah, you know, just working through our catalog. I'm actually kind of like jumping in and out of place because I did Reputation and then I did Evermore. Now this is Folklore. I was supposed to do Lover 1989 and then this, but you know, things change. And I just felt like jumping on this. Anyway, let's complete this with Hoax.
Only one.
Hope you're feeling good. I'm feeling great.
Smoking gun. Your faithless love's the only hoax I believe in. No other sadness in the world would do. But what you did was just as dark. A broken drum, you have beaten my heart.
My final notes on Folklore by Taylor Swift. I really like the transitions, the progressions, bridges, and sonic textures that give the music life, movement, and an identity. And I was really impressed with Taylor's vocal range on this album. I had no expectations of this record when I went in to listen to it, so there was no way I could be disappointed. I went in with a clean slate, and I have to say congratulations to Taylor and her collaborators on all the recognition this album is getting. It's definitely well deserving of that. As we conclude this album, and like that, we are gone. See you when I see you, which is soon. All right, bye.